Holiday is over. Woo! And we are back to waking up so early, preparing for school. Some shouting, some screaming, some frustrated. Yeah, kids can actually frustrate you if you allow them. Well done, Mama. Well done, Papa. Whichever one you belong to, however you do it, just know that you are doing well. You are trying your best. Don't use other people's way to judge your own. Whichever works for you, just do it. Today's video, I would like to share 5 essential hygiene tips that every child needs to know. And I hope you share this with your kids as they go back to school. Welcome to Female Speak Up channel. My name is Aminata Ayodele. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 5 essential tips that every child needs to know. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on our next videos. On the channel, you will find other amazing videos that will be useful for your family, for yourself as a woman, and for every woman out there. So you might like to share as well. Number 1 most important hygiene tip for every child to know is to wash their hands regularly. You need to teach these children, you need to remind them every day, every minute, every time, and they need to practice all these things at home. They should wash their hands regularly after eating, after using the bathroom, after using the toilet, after going outside to play. They need to cultivate the habit of washing their hands regularly. One of the ways to get them enjoy to do this is to allow them to sing while doing it. You can engage them by telling them to sing happy birthday songs, so they spend some time to wash every part of their hands, the back, the in between, the palm. Show them how to do this, and you can also do it together with them. For those going to school, you can as well find out if they have hand washing facilities available in the school. If they don't have, if it's something you can afford, it would be a good idea to provide that for the school. Just a bucket and maybe a bowl where the kids can wash their hands and they can turn the water away. But if it's an habit that you have made your kids to understand that they need to be doing, they will be conscious of it even when they are out of the home. Second one that children need to know as an hygiene tip is bathing. Children need to bathe regularly. They need to bathe regularly. They need to bathe in the morning or in the night, whichever one works for your family. But they need to have regular baths where they have the opportunity to change their underwear, they change their panties, they change their boxers, they change their inner wears, and they change their clothes. So, and even for those that don't play, as long as they sweat on the clothes, as long as they put it on, there are germs that the clothes must have attracted. So encourage them to change their clothes, to change their undies, and to always ensure that their school uniforms are always clean. This, you are teaching them not just what they need for now, but what will be beneficial to them as they grow up. So encourage bathing and make it fun for them as well. Once in a while, allow them to hold the sponge to scrub their body, allow them to give you the soap, allow them to do stuff that you normally do in the bathroom. So they find it funny, they look forward to having a bath time, and you don't have to scream when it is time to take a bath. And the third one that is really important for kids to know is hair care. They need to learn how to take care of their hair, maybe once a week or twice a week. You need to prioritize washing of their hair. They need to have clean hair. They need to pack it properly, or you make the hair, whichever works for you. But what is important is to ensure that the hair are well cleaned and they are well packed, so they don't tangle or attract germs. One of the ways to make it interesting for kids is to give them comb and tell them to comb the hair themselves. Another way is when they are washing their hair, you put shampoo on their hand or on the hair and tell them to scrub it themselves. They find that so funny, and you can as well encourage your kids to do the same. Another one is their nails. They need to make sure their nails are well trimmed. As they go back to school, I know a lot of things must have been missed out because we are planning for many things at the same time. One of the things that you don't want to overlook is the fingernails of your children. They need to be well trimmed such that they don't attract dirty because they use the hand to eat, or they use it to squash other people. So we need to ensure that the kids know that once their nails have become too long, a little bit coming out that it can scratch another person, they need to give a shout that, oh, I need my nails to be, I need to cut my nail. And you tell them that they need to stay away from sharp objects. So which means they don't have to do this themselves unless they are old enough to do that. So they always come to you. You help them to trim the nails and you tell them how beautiful their hands are looking. The other one they need to know is to brush twice daily, in the morning and in the night. One of the ways that I've been able to do this is to ensure that I brush my kids in the morning, and at night I let them hold the toothbrush and the toothpaste. I stay with them and tell them to brush themselves while supervising what they are doing. So if it is not clean enough, I try to let them know. So they need to brush teeth, wash their tongue, put water in their mouth, and just make sure they have clean teeth with toothpaste. So you need to encourage brushing daily, and that can really be fun for them if you allow them to hold their brushes once in a while, especially at night. And before I forget, there is one major thing that kids need to learn when they are doing, when they are coughing or when they are sneezing. It is either they are doing this on a tissue paper or they are doing that on the elbow. Teach them this. Believe me, some of these things that you think children will not know, if you make it an habit, you tell them, you don't have to shout, you don't have to scream. When they sneeze and they forget to cover their mouth, or they forget to use tissue to cover their mouth, or do that on their elbow, just remind them. With time, these children will learn how to do it. I know how much it takes me for my toddler to learn how to say please when asking for things. And recently I realized that she started using please a lot. She started putting please at the back of her words whenever she wants to ask for something. So which means it has become an habit. She has gotten used to us telling her to use the word please. So don't get tired when you teach them something and they are not doing that thing immediately. It could be something you need to do frequently for them to get used to it. And lastly, which is very, very important, is toilets, using the toilet. We all understand that you might have your own privacy at home, your kids might have their own toilet at home, which they are the only one that have access to it. But what happens when they go outside, when they are in school, when they are at playground, public places? How do they manage to use the toilet? One thing you would want to teach your children is to make sure that whenever they need to use a public toilet, they have tissue that they can use to wipe the toilet. They don't just sit on any toilet. They should wipe the toilet and make sure that it is clean. If the toilet is not flushed before they use it, they can flush it themselves before using it, but they shouldn't sit on a toilet that is not flushed, and they should make sure that they use tissue. One way I have been able to do this with my child that goes to school is to make sure she has a pack of wet wipes in her bag. So when she gets to school, and if she's struggling to get access to tissue paper, or maybe the one is not available, or it finishes, she can easily just bring out her wipes and wipe the toilet. And most times she comes back home and says she prefers to hold the wee or the poo until she gets back home. Probably the toilet is not looking good for her to use. So these are the things you would want to teach your children. You don't want to leave it to the fact that, oh, they are using clean toilets at home and forgetting that they need to use toilets out there, and whatever it's out there can cause germs to them if they are not really attentive to how it is, if they are not really paying attention to what they need to do when they are out there. Thank you so much. I hope you have learned one or two things from this video. If there's anything you are finding difficult to do among all these tips, give a shout. I'm happy to share what has worked for me with you, and I hope you will subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much. Bye.